So, hi Pat.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, so, gaano katagal ka na naglalaro ng games?
Games. For Tekken, probably like 10 to 15 years casually, alright? So I have to be very careful that I am not a pro player. Pro player is like leaning towards sponsorship. Or you represent an organization or a company like esports in particular. So I do not represent anything, but I am part of overpower talent, which is that delivers casters. So I'm a, how could I say it? I'm a esports broadcaster, which is situated in our headquarters is in Cavite.
Okay.
So playing Tekken, I've been playing the game since like I was young, like elementary. But competitively, I could say around Tekken 6, and then I went out of the limelight because I worked overseas, and then I just get back earlier this year.
May ginagamit ka bang like alias?
Yes. My IGN is, or in-game name is OES. It's OWWES. YESS.
Oh, okay. So it's not OH, it's O triple
Yes,
W.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, there's a story behind my IGN.
Yeah.
Just a quick short, because I was a photographer back in a studio, and we are not allowed, of course, to how do you say it, to let the people that we are like, I like this girl, or the customer is beautiful. So we can say like, ang ganda niya, uy, ang ganda ng customer. We just kind of like say it, oh yes, oh yes. Okay. It's like an expression.
It's like a code.
Yes, expression out of appreciation of beauty. Not only for female, but male as well.
Going back to the term professional gamer, so are you saying that, let's say for example, a person is like really good at games and wins competitions, but as long as hindi siya connected sa isang company, hindi pa rin siya matatawag na professional?
Yes, kasi professional eh. So, may gray area. There are parang street word, or let's say, you are professional in some sense na sobrang galing mo. Or you are competitive. So, kumaga yung skill-wise, I'm just talking about skill-wise, you belong to the upper echelon. Elite players.
Okay.
But professional, like earning something, or you are given a certain like a fee or money out of playing Tekken, that's pro in general standards. So I'm not professional by any means.
Okay. So how did you start? I mean, your passion for games.
All right, passion for games.
How did you? How many times you play a day?
I'll play a day. So
how many hours rather?
All right. So actually, to be honest, since the before kasi batang 90s tayo eh. So the common place for us 90s kids are going to the mall to play in arcades.
Of course, like Street Fighter.
Right,
yes.
right. So technology is always improving, going forward. It's not going backwards. So of course, nagbago na yung niche or your market or your audience rather ng gaming in general. Nagkaroon na ng platform online which is not available, let's say, in the early 2000s or late 2000s. So since most of the people, mga ka-age bracket ko, because I'm early 30s, as of course, has started their own families. Some went working abroad, migrated, or nagkaroon na ng mga trabaho, busy. So like me in general, I play online, but not as much as the younger ones, you know what I'm saying? So I could only like play maximum of 1 hour
a day.
Yes, 1 hour.
Wow.
I am lucky enough if I can afford to have a luxurious 1 hour to play, because I'm so busy running 3 brands of companies in e-commerce.
Pero since you're a sportscaster, I'm sure you're friends with some professional players, na the ones being paid for. So how many, usually, ano ba dapat yung hours na nagpa-practice ka sa isang araw?
For pro players, I have been told that they have the boot camp. In boot camp, they spend hours training their defense, their offensive skills, and all of the things that a pro player should have, the must-haves. But for competitive scene, mostly, kasi para siyang pag-gym eh. Pag hindi ka nagbuhat, mawawala ka ng balak, tataba ka. Parang, pardon my word. Pero that's it. You have to at least 3 to 4 hours para kumbaga yung rustiness, hindi ka kalawangin. Maging competitive, always on your A game or top of the game. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Alright.
So far. Aside from Tekken, what other games do you play?
I play Mortal Kombat, but it was 90s midway Mortal Kombat yun eh. Because it was, I believe the new franchise has its own new company. Naging 3D na yung version. Gusto ko yung brutal na version ng Mortal Kombat. I also play Street Fighter, but the older ones. Like Street Fighter 1 until the 3rd Strike. Marvel vs. Capcom. But the online ones like MOBA or PUBG, don't have time. I would love to try the new games like ML, but don't have time.
So, because may regular work ka talaga like social media specialist or
no,
something, online brand.
I'm a freelance photographer. And my bread and butter is I work online. I can't name those business brands because of the NDA, non-disclosure agreement. Okay. So at least I have the access to online. So I have a small page called Oh Yes. I have a small followings. I am not sure why do they love my content, but I am it's very flattering that they like my content. Since lay players, because I main lay, we are very rare. Just a handful of lay players around. So
what's the term?
What?
Ano yung term?
For
you said the term.
Rare.
Rare player.
Yes. Yung character ko si Lei Wulong in Tekken.
Lei. Yeah,
Wulong,
I
yes.
know.
Just only a handful of players I know uses Lei. Kasi in the move list, it has so many, so nakaka-boring siyang aralin. It takes a lot of time para ma-digest mo yung mga moves niya. So we're just only handful, so yun. Yun yung followings ko, konti lang.
Okay. Kasi puro Lei yung gamit mo, Lei yung content.
Yes, majority. But I also play other characters. Like to begin with Mishimas, but not really, super good at it. I just know the basics. And then like the Kung Fu ones. Feng, Xiaoyu, Wang before, and etc.
So, last question.
Alright, no problem.
For someone who wants to be a professional gamer, ano yung, where should he or she start?
Alright, for professional gamers, if you want to penetrate the professional gamers, in my opinion, alright, so I have no access to the industry yet, because I don't have plans to, but
as a sportscaster, you do, because you sportscast
right. So
games.
what I could do is that's what we're promoting in Cavite Esports Leagues, because we have so much raw talent in Cavite, and companies right now are scouting for talents because laging nanonood yung mga Manila players eh. Manila players ang laging nasa sponsoran, which is of course dahil sila yung may access, but little do they know that Cavite players are on par. They can fight toe-to-toe, neck-to-neck with Manila players. So, if you wanted to penetrate the pro sponsorship, you have to be relevant in the scene. Meaning, you have to play on different gaming hubs, especially. Can I plug the different gaming hubs?
Yes.
Like Playbook, it's one of the best, if not the best, gaming hubs in the Philippines. Which is
sa BF
situated
yun, diba? O lumipat
before,
siya?
yes. Before, they started here in Robinson's Pergola Mall in Las Piñas, and then they moved in Makati. And then there's also like Secret Base in Marikina and in Monumento. There's Gamepad in Mandaluyong. There's of course Console Freak. There's Trick in Amos, in Dasma, and Kumba Gaming Lounge. So dumadami na yung mga gaming hubs. And of course, if it gets bigger, yung mga to posible sila mag-sponsor. Yun. But for bigger names like corporate ones, you have to win as much as tournaments as you can para ma-notice nila.
So, paano mo nalaman ng tao, kunyari, kung saan, let's say, total beginner sa industry, pero hindi beginner sa gaming, iba kasi yung industry per se. I mean, for example, you can be a singer, but hindi ibig sabihin may kilala ka sa music industry, di ba?
Right, mainstream, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
So paano malalaman yung sa tournaments? Like, meron bang Reddit? Can you plug?
There are scouts. Siyempre, hindi na pala sabihin scout sila. And then they would approach you pag nanotice sila na, wow, you won this tournament sponsored by this brand of, let's say, brand of computer, which is mga small tournament events in malls. Yun, sila mismo mag-approach sa'yo, or pro players refer to other esports companies, if I am not mistaken. But again, you have to be relevant. Kailangan makilala ka muna.
Kumbaga parang, I don't know if you play billiards or you know people who play billiards, but for example, parang lilibutin mo talaga yung billiards para kumalat yung pangalan mo. So, ganun siya pag sa sports. It's more of going to this different, kumbaga sa Pokemon, parang gyms.
Correct,
diba?
correct. Exactly right.
Para makilala ka.
Right, true.
It's not like sa photography na more of
connection.
Yeah, it's more of pupunta ka sa isang whatever, Little Kingdom, which is the gaming lounge.
Yeah, I get the picture.
Yeah, okay.
Or there are of course some situation like you have connections. Kumbaga may skills ka na, just a little bit connection, nagtagpo, intertwined yun. That's a rare occasion, pero normally you have to be relevant. Kailangan visible ka sa lahat. You have to prove yourself from the undergrounds until to the mainstream, until everyone acknowledge you na you have all the right to be sponsored or be a pro player, skill wise and of course professionalism wise.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you so much.